Everybody?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So
So Lynn, I apologize, but I just started recording. I think, is that your first motion?
it hasn't
Yes.
even really been fully stated, so it's okay.
Okay, yep. So we're good as far as that goes. You've taken roll call and everybody has just agreed that they can hear everybody else. Is that correct?
That is accurate. There's 7 of
Okay,
us.
thank you.
Okay, so
I hate to make you do roll call over again. I don't think it's necessary, but
no, I
we'll
don't.
have the recorded in the minutes.
Okay, and then we'll just, I'll just ask everyone. So I'll make a motion that everyone in fact can hear one another. Anybody want to second that?
I second.
Okay, thanks, Jordan. All right. So in this reading, it says I'm supposed to pass the gavel to the vice chair so I may be heard to make the motion. Well, I already did that. All right, so the reason for an electronic meeting is having established that each member's voice may be heard by every other member, we must next establish the nature of the emergency that compels these emergency procedures. The fact that we're meeting electronically, what type of electronic communication is being used, and how we've arranged for public access to this meeting. So, motion number 2, therefore I move the state of emergency caused by COVID-19 makes it unsafe for this board to physically assemble, unsafe for the public to physically attend any such meeting, and that as such, FOIA's usual procedures which require the physical assembly of the board and the physical conduct of this meeting electronically through a dedicated physical presence of the public cannot be implemented safely or practically. I further move this board may conduct this meeting electronically through a dedicated phone line, and the public may access this meeting by WebEx virtual meeting. Call-in number 1-408-418-9388 and event number 173-308-6212. That may not be the correct number. Denise, can you confirm that? Or we may be using the same number over and over again.
The
All right.
number is 173-944-5091.
Thanks, Mary. 944-5091. All right. So that was my motion. Can somebody second that, please?
I second.
Okay. Mike, I'll give that one to you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Third motion. All right. This is a need to dispense with FOIA's usual procedures to assure continuity in government and continuity in operations. Finally, it's next required that all of the matters addressed in today's agenda must address the state of emergency itself or necessary for continuity in Fairfax County government and or statutorily required or necessary to continue operations in the discharge of this board's lawful purposes, duties, and responsibilities. It is so moved. Second.
Second, Mary Lipsey.
Thank you, Mary. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. All right. Let me get into my. Uh-oh, I'm getting some feedback. So Jordan, probably a good idea to mute if you haven't already.
Okay.
And let me do screen share. Where'd it go? Take that. Just pulled it up. Here we go. Oops. All right. Can you all see that?
Nope.
No.
All I'm seeing is the the people.
You're kidding.
Yeah, we see you now. Now, Michael, there's Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Jordan. Yeah, I'm on my phone. I don't have a web camera that works, so I put my phone down.
That's
I
fine.
don't feel like holding it for an hour and a half.
No. I don't blame you at all. They do make those little things with easels on the back, but okay. So where? It's up on my.
So Lynn, have you gone to the bottom?
Share content.
Where share content, and you clicked on that, and then your different documents pop up, and you choose the document.
They're showing all kinds of stuff.
There it is. Here's something's popping up.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure it's what I want it to be. What is it?
Right now it's blank.
Jesus. Okay, so plan B. All right, I don't want any of those items. I want none of those items.
So you should open up the document that you want to share. You should have that open.
I did.
On your screen.
I did. That's exactly what I did. So that's what's frustrating here.
Yeah.
Let's try it again. Can you see that?
You're going to have to stop the share and then reshare it. Because you've made a selection, which is blank. So you have to undo that selection. You have to stop the share, then select, then click on share, and then click on the screen you want to share.
Well, I don't know how to get back to share then.
So you want to unshare.
Well, I have to get to the place where the little, you know what, you guys, I'm gonna go out and come back in again because I honestly, I don't want to waste your time on this.
So Lynn, at the very top of your screen, there should be a file, edit,
oh,
share.
now it's all up at the top instead of at the bottom.
If you go to share, there should be probably an unshare under. There we go.
Okay,
Good.
actually, I had to do
Hey,
share.
there we go.
Get all over
Same
again.
thing.
Okay, so what are you guys seeing?
Your WebEx meeting invitation or log on.
Okay, so that's not what I want you to see. Let me go over here again, share my screen, right? Or share application, share file.
Share file.
All right. I'm clicking on it and nothing's happening. Let me unclick that. Let me try this again. I can't. On my computer, okay. Let's go here. See, I had it open on my laptop on purpose. So, no, I'm just not doing that. That's just silly. Can you see that?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Because that is open on my laptop. I only have two things that I want you guys to see tonight. WebEx, I'm going to get out of that. Don't need to see that. Something else. Need to see that. See that.
So at the bottom of your screen, do you see the share file?
Yep.
And when you click on it.
Okay, now let me see if this works. If this comes up. Did that come up?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
The schedule.
Okay, now I can't see it. All right, so I just see a big circle with DD in the middle of it.
That's so odd.
How do I minimize? And let me just minimize this for heaven's sakes and take it to the side. That's what I'll do. Okay. So I have been in touch with everybody. I'm very happy to say I've talked to Fran with a very long Italian last name, who's just been a doll in all of this. So walk through this particular agenda with me because it's a bit doctored up from her. It's the most recent one I have from her. So let's start at the top. One of our questions was, did we want to have any video playing while people are in the waiting room? And the answer is no, that the full page show will slate up at 9:58. Okay, so we'll have a welcome there just like we do for the in-person history conference. So that reminds me, I need to do a welcome. I'll just use the brochure version of the brochure for the welcome. Kickoff is going to be There'll be no Lucy Burns Museum, so I need to take that out, actually. While I'm here, I'm going to do it right now. Okay. Jeff McKay and Jerry Connolly have both been tapped to pre-tape. That is the plan. Not do them remotely, but pre-tape and have them ready because their schedules are so insane. Jeff McKay's office is all over that. I spoke with, and so we're good with that. They're going to try to work with Channel 16 directly to see when a time would be, because he may have to tape some other things with Channel 16, and he may go ahead and bundle tapings together to be more efficient in the use of his time. Then Congressman Connolly, I've been in touch with his office overseer who helps coordinate where he is and scheduling, that kind of thing. His name is Marlon. I talked to Marlon today for a nice while. And so he's got all the information we need for Jerry, and they too are going to be working with Channel 16. So in a way, our hands are kind of now off of that. That's between the two gentlemen and Channel 16. So that's a bit of a relief. Paul Gilbert and I've been in touch. He will be on site that morning. Fran thought it would be nice in the actual studio to have not just myself or not just Esther, who we're looking at also emceeing in the afternoon, be there, but also have another presenter. And because Paul is who he is, and the whole Turning Point suffragist memorial would be going on next with Pat and Bob Beach, that seemed a good segue. So what will happen, Mary, you'll see your name here both in the center column and the two bars down, so hang on to your hat. We'll get to you in just a second. Pat Worth and Bob and Alice Reagan, those three presenters, will all be chiming in remotely, and they are scheduling themselves to work with Channel 16 on the 12th of November to do a tech check with them. That probably shouldn't take more than 15 minutes, but Channel 16 is giving each of them up to an hour to practice and get in and make sure sound is working and so forth. Mary, you will not be remote. You will be on site that day, and so you will be our final person that will present just before lunch. All right, now we don't have the times in here just yet because Fran wants to figure out what needs to be done to ready. For instance, after Paul is done, after I do some words of introduction, because obviously I'll be doing the award winners too. The studio will have to be cleaned. So they'll have to stop and scrub and disinfect everything before we move on. Let me get your opinion on this, guys. Since Paul is kind of a segue into Turning Point, do you think it makes more sense to save him after Jeff and Jerry, and for me to come back and then do a bit more of the introduction for the day and then announce the awards then, and then go back to Paul and then go into Pat, or leave it as it is? Give me some feedback on that, please.
What is his topic? Is he talking about the memorial?
Yes.
Okay.
The memorial and really what the park has done to kind of encourage the building of it. They really have been very patient and supportive during this time, and the meaningfulness behind it, especially because of the location where it's going to be. Does that make sense, Mary?
And why would you want to have it after lunch again, Lynn?
Why would what?
You want to have it after lunch. You said the issue is whether to have Pat after lunch or before?
No, no. We're not talking lunch right now at all.
Okay.
Lunch is off the table. Lunch is off the table. Not gotten that far just yet. No,
Okay.
we're going to do the decision right now is between, do we do Paul before the announcing of the awards or the awards before Paul? I'm thinking, since we're going to go right into Turning Point, having Paul last makes some sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Okay, so let me make myself some
It's a
notes
good
here.
idea too, because all is sort of content, whereas the the McKay, Conley, and your announcements are all sort of
Kind of all
the
batched
basic
together.
introductory material.
Yeah, and I could even get the message to Connolly and Jeff that we'll be doing awards right after they speak. So, because it's usually them that give out the award, so that'll be kind of nice. I still need to get with the awards people. The awards committee has one more decision to make before I make that, start making those phone calls and get their pictures. That's one thing Channel 16 wants, is pictures of the awardees. So I can be in touch tonight. Okay. All right, so we're going to switch that. And then right after Paul, there probably is going to be a few minutes until we're sure that Pat and Bob are ready remotely. And I don't know if they're going to do a split screen or just if they're going to do this together. I don't quite know how they might do that. So that's still a question, but it will be done remotely. And then after they are done, hang on a minute. After they are done, we'll introduce Alice Reagan, who also will be remote, talking about the suffragists in the Washington, D.C. area. And then we will wrap up the morning with Mary telling the untold stories of those who still could not vote. And she will be on site. So you will be with us pretty much for the whole day, Mary. Okay?
I have a question.
Sure.
Is anybody talking about the poll tax and literacy tests that would keep, even though they were legally allowed to vote, I was thinking about mentioning that at the same time.
I think that would be a perfect place to put that. If it gets mentioned at all, Cipriana or Dr. Daly may in the afternoon, because obviously it affected women in the South. But I think that would be a nice piece to include in your morning. And in fact, it could be a bit of a segue into the theme for the afternoon.
Okay.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so lunchtime happens, and then we'll watch the Lucy Burns videos. Now, they had suggested that this is where we do a reenactment. And let me tell you my thinking and then get your perspective. First of all, I think we're going to lose a lot of people at lunch.
Yep.
Okay. The reenactment was intended to be a finale. This is my hope as a suffragist. This is my dream. This is my vision that someday we will have an African American in the White House. Someday we'll have a woman president or vice president. I mean, those are all some of my final themes. That'll get all lost if we do it at lunch. What do you guys think about that? Do you think still leave it for the end?
Agreed. You're going to lose it at lunch because people are going to jump into the kitchen. They're going to jump into the bathroom.
Yeah, they'll be gone for a while. They might even go out to Walmart.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay. So, and I have already let Fran know that would be my preference. And now I can chime in for sure with our preference, because she knew I was going to meet with you guys tonight. And we'll just make it happen. I'm not quite sure how that's going to be. But if Cipriana and Dr. Daly are the two premier presenters in the afternoon, that gives me some offset time to get ready, and have Esther be the introducers for both Cipriana and Dr. Daly. And I think that would just really be perfect. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think so too. I agree.
All right. We already have Cipriana. Oh, by the way, we already have Jeff McKay's picture, his bio. We've got Cipriana's picture and her bio. So I'm hoping the other ones come through in the next 36 hours or so, because I really do want to get this brochure out by this weekend.
Lynn, I would suggest maybe up in your announcements or something like that, explain what happens during the lunch hour. And
Yes.
Really
Yes.
like you to stay tuned. We've got some exciting, videos, etc. just so they, just say, oh, well, I've got till 2 o'clock, I don't need to turn it off.
Yes. Well, I had planned to walk through the day with them anyhow, but I think that's a really important piece to make sure that they know about. Thanks for the nudge on that, Mary. And since we're right near where it says announcements, I do have a funny story to tell. Mary already knows this. But it's the power of what we do. And this is why I want to share it with you. So I'm in the UPS store in Burke last weekend. I was sending somebody a book, and the fellow waiting on me saw my name and said, oh, and I said, well, I'm with the History Commission. And he said, oh, really? You're with the History Commission? You've done work with West Springfield High School. And I said, oh, yes, we have. He said, well, then you know my girlfriend, Rachel. She got an award last year. And he went on to tell us how meaningful that award was to her, how proud she and her family were, how excited they are that we're honoring children. So Jordan, you get some points for that because you really kind of pushed on that at one point. And I just wanted to tell you, that's the kind of stuff that I believe as our job as commissioners really helps us realize that we're making a difference. So Mary, did you get my message to that effect? I left you one.
I did. I just hadn't had a chance to say anything. Yes.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. But it just so warmed my heart. I could hardly contain myself. So I was making a deposit for the cemetery group at PNC, and before I even left the parking lot, I called Mary to leave a message. So anyway, somebody was just going to say something. Was it Mike, Jordan?
No, thanks for sharing. It's great.
Isn't that wonderful?
Really is. Yep.
How our good work does make it through the community. All right. So then Esther will introduce Cipriana. Cipriana's role here will be to talk about the African American suffragists, not the Delta Sigma Theta suffragists. That will be Dr. Daly's, and there were significant women in that Delta group. There was Ida B. Wells Barnett was part of that, and a number of other women. So Cipriana will be focusing on them. I also gave Cipriana the name of someone who I'm sure most of you guys have never heard of, an African-American woman in the early 19th century, almost tangentially with Angelina Grimke, a woman named Zilpha Elaw, E-L-A-W. Oh, Phyllis, you probably know who she is. Does that name ring a bell? Maybe not. And anyway, she was a female Black preacher who toured the South, was such a phenomenal speaker that colleges would have her come talk to, of course, there were boys mostly in college at that point in time. Oberlin didn't open for just a little while to include women. And her call to good behavior, to wholesome behavior, brought these young men to their knees and in tears. And she really changed the lives of a lot of people. So the theme of being a leader, a speaker, a lecturer, a woman with some power and passion was set by a number of people, and Zilpha was one of those folks. So I don't know if Cipriana is going to include her or not, but I shared that with her today. And then Dr. Daly will talk about the many wonderful women as part of the Delta Sigma Theta group who had just been formed 2 weeks before that big parade on the 3rd of March in 1913, who showed up. And Alice Paul said, well, you're going to march at the back. And many of them, including Ida B. Wells Barnett, said, nope, not going to do that. I'm going to march with my folks from Chicago. So a lot of breaking of rank there, but a lot of wonderful, wonderful, good energy that did not get lost on time. So happy about all of that. So we'll have Dr. Daly herself. She is a, oops, the word past is supposed to be in there. She's past president at Delta Sigma Theta. Need to get that word in there. All right, and then we get back onto the set. Both of them are remote. Both of them are picking their times for their tech check right now. And then you'll see here, there's the scroll logos and names of conference exhibitors, and also up at the top. And that will be when the studio gets cleaned and ready for the next set. Fran says it takes a good 10, maybe even 15 minutes, depending on where people sit and what they touch. So they're really pretty thorough about all of this. So Mary, I think you'll feel comfortable being in a place that's.
If they're all remote, why do you need to clean it?
Oh, because Esther will be there. We will have changed
Okay,
things
right,
around. I
okay.
won't be on the set. They'll need to kind of get ready for me to
Okay,
come in after you. I see that then you go next. And here we go. The piece that Mary is doing is the power of public opinion. We could take that and out because it's really not a continuity. Let me just put that. Is it so, Mary? Maybe we just put that in quotes. Power of public opinion.
I wouldn't put it in quotes because I don't know that anybody's ever said it. So
Because what?
It speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself. Okay. Then what I may do, I just got a space from up above. I'll put a little space between your theme and then the finale. Okay, the other thing we need to talk about tonight then is, bless Mike's heart, he gets a lot of points for this. He's been online with SurveyMonkey and trying to figure out how to work this in. I've asked Fran, and she has not gotten back to me yet with, can we put a crawler at the bottom of the video screen to say, please complete your evaluations to SurveyMonkey, and then have the link for that. I've not heard back from her. Mike and I have gone back and forth a couple times today. We don't even have to ask for evaluations. The gift of past years is these people really like writing up their evaluations. I mean, we always get a good 40 or 50 with lots of suggestions, lots of nice feedback. Since it's our first virtual one, there's some pluses for having them tell us how they thought it went. Then again, we might just forget it and not worry about it. So let's spend a few minutes talking about the pros and cons of all of that. What y'all think?
Let me go, Lynn, because I had issued some, concerns about how we were going to distribute this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my big concern was I didn't want us to try and distribute the survey and in the brochure and actually have a lot of people who have it available to a lot of people who would not be going to the conference. Simply because of some of the issues that happened with Fairfax County Public Schools when they started trying to do stuff online. Probably wouldn't happen with, with the history conference, but, why get some people crapping all over our survey?
I agree. And it's a contentious time, and Lord knows by the time we get to November 14th.
Exactly.
Things could be pretty mighty contentious. So Mike, I think you are spot on here. So your thinking right now is to just maybe skip.
Well, my thinking is to, it would be nice to have the survey, if we could get them to do a screen call or screen, like put it up on the screen in between videos. But I really wonder, as you said, we've had so many surveys in the past. We know what people are liking. This is going to be a very well-received history conference, even with COVID-19. And I think people are going to give us the people who attend, virtually are going to give us a lot of props for what we're trying to do and what we're doing.
Okay.
To keep going.
Go ahead.
Mike, let me ask you, could a survey be sent? Will we have the
I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
the emails of the people who attend the conference, and could we send them a survey afterwards?
No, see, that's the problem. Lynn and I talked about that. We're not having people actually physically register. We're just sending this out, and if they tune in, they tune in.
Okay, I see.
And that was another suggestion that I had, was to put the SurveyMonkey link in the email to which the brochure is attached. That way it's a little bit more controlled, but it's still out there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
And
Mike, I just had a light bulb go off. But let me make sure Jordan said everything he wants to, and you have too.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Anything else, Mike?
No, I think I've covered all the thoughts I had on this and from our emails this morning.
Okay. So in years past, the bottom of the brochure, I forgot this until just a few seconds ago. I always have put my name and address, email address in, for more information. What if I just put at the bottom of the brochure somewhere, your feedback would be appreciated. Please be in touch. Put my name and my email and just let it be like that. What do you guys think?
Hell.
Yeah.
Then at least we've
Yeah.
asked.
Yep. Yeah.
What about the chat feature? I mean, if we were to say, as the day goes on, if there's something you like or whatever, could they contribute? I don't know. Is there a capacity of how many chats could come in?
There will not be a chat, but what we will have is a telephone number that if people want to call in with questions, we'll address questions at the very, very end. That's kind of the way Fran wanted to do it.
Okay, all right.
So I think, thanks for asking that, Mary, though. I didn't want that to get lost. It was good.
When you post that phone number, you could potentially post a URL to access I'm not sure how SurveyMonkey works exactly. Or you could post, your email address or somebody, a Gmail, address if you don't want to use your personal address that says, let us know what you think of this meeting. That's what you do it in the context with the same technology that they're going to use to show the phone number.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and that's what I was hoping, that they would be able to put that up on the screen, either on a screen call with the phone number, or as a static display, like a slide.
So maybe when we do, go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say, if it comes down to it, Lynn, I think just an appeal on the bottom of the brochure would be great too. Just basically put a small statement in there, saying, hey, look, everyone's year has been screwed up, but we've done our best to try and give you this conference. Let us know how you liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let us know how we did. Give us suggestions. We're all new to this.
And I can make that part of the announcements too, up front.
Yeah.
The things. Okay. So feedback. We want their feedback. All right. That makes perfect sense.
I'll still continue to put together a survey in case we decide to use it.
I'd love that. Okay. Thank you. That'd be great. While we're on this whole topic of live stream too, Liz and Denise, you guys were going to check on Facebook credentials so we could go live on Facebook this day.
Yeah, Lynn, the person that you're working with in Channel 16, Francine, or somebody like Francis?
Francis.
Okay. She's actually gotten in touch with DPD, public affairs person, and they're supposed to be getting her the credentials. So that, I think that's all been taken care of.
Okay, so I don't need to worry about that right now.
Well, I think you should circle back with Francis and make sure that everything, is coordinated. But I was involved in a group, email chain, and it seemed to me that everything was taken care of.
Okay. So it's really going to be via Fran and Facebook information. She's worked on that. Okay, I'll ask her questions about that. Wonderful. Okay. Bottom of the screen here a little bit. There's no need to do registration. We've got that nice backdrop with the 36 purple stars and gold stars. Need to work out getting the sashes to the different presenters. It'd be really cool if, I mean, obviously Pat Worth will have hers. I don't know if Bob will, but it'd be great if all of these presenters, I need to get with Pat. She's got a ton of these sashes to have them on, because it screams vote for women, but it also helps promote the Turning Point Suffragist Memorial. And that's actually their website. I need to get on the brochure.
Not yet, baby.
Okay. I presume you're talking to your dog there, Mike.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Say hello to everyone.
There you go.
Did you see her?
Actually, I can't. Let's see.
Hey, Sharon.
Oh, look at that girl. There's Serena. There's that girl.
Oh, she wanted up on the sofa. That's why.
I see. I've done a lot of Zoom meetings in recent weeks that are with government employees, and man, I've seen backgrounds with bedrooms and unmade beds and dogs and cats. It's quite an interesting view into other people's homes. Okay, so then we have the exhibitors list, and we've talked about using that during the switching out, and the scrolling times. Okay, anything else about this agenda for the moment?
No, nothing here.
Gone. Okay, so I've got my scribbles on there. Let me go next to, I was really hoping Esther would be here tonight because she's the one that's going to help me do this next. Let me get out of this. Not that you can't see that anymore. Stop sharing. Okay, now I'm going to share. Need to get to. Do I have it here? Don't need that now. Okay. Let me go over here. Here we go. Can you all see that?
No.
Guess not. Okay.
Nope, not yet.
All right. So let me go back here to share. Sharing start. Oh man. It's not that hard. Okay, what did I do to get there before? I did. Let's see if that works. Apparently not. We're sharing start. Share from my computer. Okay, we'll just do it that way again. Oh man, this is not what I wanted to do. Give me just a minute here, guys. Okay. There we go. Can you see that?
Nope.
No?
No.
Oh gosh darn it. That should have worked. All right, try this again. Share content. Share.
Looks promising.
Does it look promising? Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
So
It's a
encouraging.
black screen.
Okay, so now we're going to do share here. Down the word.
There we go. That's the agenda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your
The agenda.
agenda.
We got the agenda. Okay, I want to get out of the agenda. I'm going to save that actually. And get out of that. It's telling me I'm sharing two applications, so I don't quite know what the second one is. Save. Okay, so now save, get out of that. All right, good. Okay. Now let's go into sharing my search.
I would suggest you stop sharing your screen.
Right now, I don't know how to. Just click stop and start all over again.
Okay, yep, you have now stopped sharing your screen.
Okay.
So now,
thank you for watching, Denise.
sure.
Here we go. Done. Share. I just don't know where to go from here. This is not.
So you don't see the document that you want to share?
No, and I have it up. That's what's just so annoying. I mean, it's right behind my emails. It's
So is your problem, so you can minimize your emails and that will make it.
yeah, I just did that. So it shouldn't distract from that. Let me try this. There. Can you see that?
No.
No.
Okay, well, it's on my screen, so. All right, so if I do share. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when you do share, there should be a series of documents that pop up that you can choose from.
Yeah, and that's, yeah, I know that. And it's not going to where I want it to do that. Let me just do search.
You are now sharing content. It just is a black screen on our side.
So let me do stop sharing. Minimize this for a minute. Let me just get it up and put it on the screen. Come on. All right. Now minimize that. Back to share content. It should be one of the choices. I don't want that. 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 Okay. Where should I go next, Denise?
So my suggestion is, and this might be radical, but maybe if you closed some of the applications that you had open, I'm not sure what you have open, like what you're looking at are your choices.
Well, I thought I had a few of them I do want to kind of leave open. There it is. See, it's right there. It's at the bottom of my screen. Gosh darn it. It's sitting right there. I just had minimized it. So you guys still don't see it.
No, we don't, you're not sharing content right now.
Okay, let me just minimize this. We'll go back here. Share content, screen one. Here, let me see if that comes up. Got that?
Yes. You
Yay!
got it.
Okay. Thank you for your patience, guys. This is why it's going to be channel 16 and not us. All right, so we talked through this last time quite a bit. So what we have included now are all the information for the cable, how to live stream, high definition clocks and all of that. We've got that. I've got the morning session, the afternoon sessions. This was not easy to get in there, I'll tell you what. But I'm also counting on Esther taking a final stab at this because she's very good at cleaning these things up. Here's some of the pictures that Mary sent us that make a segue, and that beneath that we'll put bios, books, links. And I'm thinking at the very bottom, Mike,
Yes.
instead of the Survey Monkey, I'll just put, we would like your feedback on today's first virtual. I'll fix this up later on. And I'm happy to put my name and email address. Any other thoughts on that?
Well,
That's good.
we could also set up a if you wanted a separate Gmail address just for this. If you didn't want it coming into your personal email.
You know, Mike, let's talk about that offline. I like that idea. What do you guys think?
Lynn, that's a good idea, because
Good.
then everything that's coming in will go to that one email.
Yeah.
No.
And we've done that for both our meetings.
Okay, you have. Wonderful. Okay. So we'll do that.
Okay, get some feedback from somebody.
I think Jordan's still. Oh no, Jordan's.
Okay, it stopped.
It stopped. Okay, we're good. So that's where we could put this. I've asked for the people. So this will be where their bios, their pictures, all of this will go on kind of a third sheet here. And that's the way things are for right now. Critique, questions, suggestions. Let me hear from you guys, please.
What are you looking for, Lynn? You sort of broke up a little bit.
I'm sorry. Just any. So this is sort of the brochure at the moment. It's not finished. We want to have the bios in it, the pictures, bios and pictures. I need to put that in there, bios. And any books or links that people want to recommend to the audience as resources and references.
Okay.
Lynn, when will this go out? When would this be sent out?
I'm hoping like by the weekend.
Okay, great. Would you want to send it to an audience? If you contacted the Women's Art Museum or other organizations that might have an interest in this topic, would that be too much? Could we do that, or are we limited?
Oh, absolutely. I think this goes wherever we want to send it.
Yeah, that could be actually an interesting thing to do, and I think you'd get some feedback. I think you'd get people wanting to register, particularly from a place like the Women's Art Museum. There isn't, something like that.
I love that museum too. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
It's very lovely. So we don't need to worry about registrations. People are just going to tune in or not. Now, oh, Denise, if you do the Facebook, do you know how many people are viewing? Because I don't think Channel 16 ever really knows how many people are viewing.
Yeah, I think so. I think they give you a count.
Channel 16 does?
No, I'm sorry, Facebook does.
Facebook does. Okay, so that would be.
I mean, of course, it's only Facebook viewers.
Sure, people that are on Facebook. Okay. All right, so I'll get with Fran, but I'll still need to have that link to put in the brochure. So that's sort of the way things look right now. For the moment, I really don't have anything else for you guys. Everything else is going to be pretty much either directly with Channel 16 or directly with the presenters.
Great.
What do you think? Okay.
Actually,
Phyllis?
Liz, Elaine, just one thing with regard to the Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook Live will also pick up comments and potentially questions. I don't know if we're going to have anybody monitoring that Facebook Live feed. Or I mean, not that we can ignore that, as, but I just wanted to let you know that if I recall properly, seeing Facebook Live presentations, people can comment, just.
I think that can be shut down, actually.
Can it? That might be something, we want to do so that we don't have to cope with it or think about it.
Yeah, I think those live discussion feeds can be basically shut down.
Oh, I
That's a
know what you're
parameter that has
talking
to be
about, where
selected.
it's streaming on the side.
Yep.
Boy, I participated in those too, and I probably shouldn't have had my name public, but anyway, might be, I think shutting that down would be a really good idea. So let me check with Channel 16 would know how to do that, right?
I would hope so.
All right, good. And if you wake up in the middle of the night with like one of these, oh my gosh, we better be aware of, just shoot me a one-liner email or whatever, and we'll try to kind of take it from there.
Lynn,
Yes, Mary.
can you get the home addresses of speakers so I can send them books, or do you want, I give the books to you and you send, I volunteered as gifts for the speakers to give them copies of my
Yeah, I
book.
remember you offering to do that, and it's just the perfect gift. It's the perfect gift for them, I think. Thank you, Mary.
Well, think how you want to do it, but we
Yeah,
just-
because I've got one of your books, because I would like to hold it up. I would like to hold it up like I'm making announcements, is saying, and all of our speakers today will get a copy of our own Mary Lipsy's. Let me see if you are over here. I have to look. It's not the time to look for it now, but let me make myself a note here. Books, presenters, and then addresses. So pretty much the people that are going to be getting the awards are Katrina, Heather Bollinger, Toddy Carnes, and oh, I should know this. Who am I leaving out here? Heather, Carol Herrick's team, Marianne Hampton, and John Ryan and the Shouse Village 50th Anniversary Committee. And Greg Wilson has offered to help me write up those awards. So we'll do a little blurb about the awards as part of the kickoff. Okay, so Mary, just keep bugging me about that if I don't remember that, but I have it in my notes here to talk to Fran about.
Okay.
And to get with the awardees, that's on my list of things to do tomorrow, because I'm waiting to hear back from the committee. I want to get one. I've got one more question for them, and when that's done, I'll be able to do that. Okay.
For the awardees or the speakers? I thought this was for the
both.
Oh, for both. Okay.
Yeah. Now the
So we're
speakers have
talking
already been
about-
contacted. The speakers, I'm waiting on their bios and their picks. So that's in the mix.
So
but
we're
not the
talking about
awardees.
10, maybe 10 people?
For the presenters, let's see. Let's count.
Okay, I just want to know how many books that I need to have.
Yeah. What do you think? Should McKay and Connolly get a copy? Why not? I mean, really, Mary, I think it's appropriate that they know, that this is what you've done. So let's count. Jeff, Jerry, Paul, Pat, Bob, Alice, Mary, you don't need a copy.
No.
Cipriana, Dr. Daly, I count 8.
Okay, all right.
And you know what? Fran should get a copy. Wait a minute, is she allowed to do that? She's a county employee. Jordan, what's the deal on that? Legally, can she accept a gift from us?
How much is it? How much is it worth? I mean, what's the cost?
$25.
Probably not.
Probably not. I mean,
we give it to Channel 16 instead of a singular person.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think you probably could. I think that's an easier way to go.
A group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Mary, I would set aside 10 and just to have one or two if we need them for extras. Okay, I personally think we're in pretty good shape. Anything glaring that you guys see in an odd way, this is a little easier because there's no food, there's no numbers, there's no money. It's
And you can get as many people as you want.
exactly.
Yeah.
We'll never know exactly how many people we have.
I know. That's a frustration here. I wonder if we shut down on that Facebook piece, the commentary component, if then we also lose the number of people participating. Cheryl, do you know the answer to that?
I don't, but I would think that, where people probably still like it. I know I have a Facebook Live video, and I get some sense of numbers on that, that we have set up for Friends at Historic Centerville. And so it just, I think it does count the number of like views or clicks, but I don't know how precise it is. And they have, Facebook also has its own analytics that you would, but I guess it's being put up by Channel 16, so they probably also have some backstage views that they might be able to see.
All right, so I'll check on just numbers with Fran. Just how are we going to do that? All right, since I think we're close to showtime here, we've got a lot to present for the next history conference meeting. Let's look at calendars for our, it feels like we need to gather one more time before the actual conference. What do you guys think? And I can send out when we're ready to go live with the electronic distribution, you'll get emails from me, and then you guys take on sending them wherever you want to send them.
Good. Will do.
Lynn, in terms of, like, as you say, it's different than previous years. Usually you need everybody there to help, put out plates and thoughts and stuff. But I guess this year it's really fewer people on site at Channel 16, the better, right?
Quite frankly, they have COVID restrictions for how many are allowed in the studio at one time. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So this will be not as if we have an audience, which,
right,
as a presenter, and I'm sure you can appreciate this too. It's hard. It's hard to do it. I mean, you can do it. It's when I did Angelina, I was so happy I had an audience there because it really gave me a sense of sort of where to go next and what seemed to be working and what wasn't. So, all right, but I'm looking forward to doing that distribution if we can this weekend, because that's the big thing we're waiting for, the bios and the pictures and anything else. All right, have I left anything out, folks?
Has Channel 16 explained how they're going to do the PowerPoints with speakers?
I don't know, and I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay, I just wondered.
I was a little flip about that. When it's time to do the tech check with everybody, because I know Dr. Daly and I know Pat and I know Alice and I know Cipriano, they'll all have PowerPoints. So I'm sure that'll be part of their tech check. For you in the studio, Mary, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. And I don't know how it's going to work for, the welcome sign and to scroll and to, here's the Survey Monkey info if we go that route. I don't quite know how that's going to work. So let me get with Fran on that.
Okay.
But they do this all the time, Mary. So I'm counting on that being a comfort zone for them. Okay, guys, let's look at calendars. Should we try to get together in early November?
Yeah, I think so. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, 'cause History Commission will be on the 4th. It'll be a rocking week, I'll tell you that. I'd like to suggest that I have a number of medical tests being done that last week in November. One of which, you guys will love this, is a colonoscopy. So I'm going to be out of commission for about 3 days.
Hmm.
How do you feel about maybe a Friday night quick check-in on the 30th or sometime between then and the history conference? What makes sense?
That's a little, but maybe difficult for me on the Friday night.
Well, yeah, that's Shabbat. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's such a oh, that's right, Shabbat.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're such a party animal, but then I realized.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Little party Shabbat.
It's
But
a party, but in a different way. It's just a different.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
The only other night I have left then is that Sunday the 1st.
But Lynn, you guys can get together. You're not, it's not your Shabbat, so you can go ahead and do that. Really, seriously.
I'm hoping I feel even okay that night to do this because I'm not a big person here. Another choice is Sunday night, or here's a possibility: early in the evening on the 2nd, like around 7 o'clock.
Mhm.
What do you think about that?
I think that
Like
works.
Kind of like a mini meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's do that. I've got my celebrant training. It starts at 9. That's 9 to 10:30. So let's
I'll
do
make it work.
the 2nd, and we'll go ahead and make it 7 p.m. this time. Are you all right with that?
Yeah. Mhm.
Mary, Phyllis?
November the 2nd.
November the 2nd. The night
Okay.
before. The night
That's
before.
good.
And then I'll have my and somebody's microphone's still on. And then I'm going to go sit in the parking lot so I can vote first thing on Tuesday. Now, Phyllis, you've not been with us along the way. Tell me, do you have any thoughts, feedback here for us in terms of what we got going?
No, you've done an excellent job as usual.
Oh,
The committee's has really worked on it.
Yeah.
I just wish there was some way to capture not so much the survey, but their thoughts. So I think with the Gmail, that would be good.
Okay. All right. And Mike can help me set that up. Right?
Okay, hold on. Feedback. Somebody turn off the microphone.
Okay. All right. I think we're good now.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I wear a headset, so I don't get that background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wear headphones with an integral microphone, and I don't generate that
feedback. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'll do a mini summary here that'll probably just come in the form of cleaned up documents and a summary of who all was here and the fact that we're going to meet again on the 2nd. All right. I think we're good. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I've got taxes to do.
All right, Lynn, I will hit you up tomorrow with a email about the email address.
Perfect. That'd be great.
Good job, Lynn. As always, I agree with.
Well, this is a group, as always. It's been a group effort, and you guys just the little ideas and the tweaks and so forth, just so helpful. All right, guys, sleep tight. I've got another 4 hours of work to do here yet tonight.
All right.
Wake up tomorrow.
All right, take good care.
Thank you. Great job, Lynn. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, Cheryl. Is Denise still with us? Yeah.
I am still here.
Okay, and Liz, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Anything else, Denise, I need to do before we shut down?
No, I don't think so.
I really got to get better at this
You've
shared.
adjourned. I can stop recording now.
Yeah, are we not recording?